It's the child, it's the child, it's the kid, 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 it's the child, it's the kid, it's the kid, man. Um, we've got things to discuss here. We've got things to discuss, and I think on this Sunday Hangouts, I want the Sunday Hangout to be called Real Reality. That is the theme of the Sunday Hangout. It's called Real Reality because we are going to dissect Pep Guardiola. We are going to dissect this so-called title race. We're going to dissect this three-horse race. We're going to dissect Rodgers. We're going to dissect Dybala. We're going to dissect Cristiano. We're going to dissect Messi and his free kicks. Maybe even Benzema as well. Lots of stuff to talk about. Maybe even review some Champions League stuff as well. So it's going to be a very exciting, lovely, beautiful flipping hangout, man. And look, we have the regulars here, and I believe Mr. One of the favorites who I know, one of the favorites people, Mane, has decided to come. But we obviously know Mane is going to come to basically rant and pretty much rave. But we're here for honesty. And also, just to say to you guys, Juju Man is currently hard at work. I think it's his last semester. So he said he won't be on the hangout for the next 4 weeks because he's basically studying hard at school. Basically, he's a rich man trying to be a lot richer. So let's start things easy now, and it will then build down. Because I like to build. I don't like to just rush things and basically blow my load earlier on. So I think the key thing to do is to start off small, then go bigger. So starting off right now, Liverpool against Man City, and I'm gonna ride this over to Mr. Ahmed. Did Liverpool deserve to win that game? What was your review of that game? Did Liverpool deserve the win, or were Man City unlucky?
I think they deserve the win. You saw Liverpool create so many chances in the first half and the second, both halves. City dominated for like stretches, like for example the first 5 minutes, but Liverpool were simply clinical. Fabinho had his first chance, scored. Salah had his first chance, scored. Meanwhile, City had Aguero, who can't seem to score on Anfield. Like they had 5 shots on target, they scored 3. Like Liverpool are clinical. They definitely deserve to win. They had a decent number of shots, 5 on target, converted 3, and possession. City, who typically dominate possession, didn't dominate it that much against Liverpool.
So, okay, so
Liverpool,
you're saying the fault was Man City not dominating enough possession. So you're saying that if they had more possession, they would have won the game.
no, 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 I'm just pointing out why Liverpool deserved to win because they didn't let a team like City, who typically dominate possession, they didn't let them dominate possession the way they normally do. They didn't let them play their game. That's why Liverpool won. They didn't let Guardiola play the Guardiola way. They played Liverpool's way in Anfield, and that's what gave them the win. I mean, look at it. Fabinho chance, he scores. Salah one chance, scored it. Mane, the header, he scores it. Who does City have? Aguero, who can't finish an open goal, and Alisson came up with the De Bruyne cross save, and a couple other moments that were strong. So I think Liverpool deserved to win. You can't say Liverpool didn't deserve to win that game.
Okay, I mean, we're going to get back to the penalty calls. Don't worry, we're going to discuss the VAR calls, but this is just broadly, without going into the calls, but broadly. So let me get this straight. So your name is now Borussia Cole. Um, so are you okay? What's your name now? Are you Milcor or Borussia? Because it says Borussia Cole won UCL.
Plastic.
So Milcor, can you just speak because your name says Borussia Cole won UCL. So when your mic can work, please get back to us and please tell us why you're now called Borussia Cole, no more Milcor. Christ, thoughts on the game then? Did Liverpool deserve to win, or did Man City deserve more from the game? Okay, Mane, Mane.
Yes.
Okay, look, Mane, man. Give us your, before just don't mention the penalty calls. Just tell us who did Liverpool deserve that win, or did City deserve the win? Based on everything, before we go into details, Mane, hit it, and please, Mane, try and be objective and be fair here, please. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know if I would say they deserve the win, considering everything that happened. But I think Liverpool played their part. Their goals, or to be fair, their goals were valid. not illegal goals as they usually score. But I wouldn't say they deserved it, but City's defense is just shocking in terms of Angelino. I don't know where he picked up that guy. He's terrible. Kyle Walker is never a good defender.
Wait. Actually, wait. So just seriously, where the hell did they get Angelina Jolie from? Like, where's that dude from?
I don't even know. I've never seen this guy until recently. I don't know. Pep just bringing these Spanish people. I get family friends. I don't know. Maybe it's his family friends. He just brings Spanish players into the club every day that you never heard of. I don't know if they deserve to win, but they had good goals. I'll give it to them. But defending wise, it's just shocking. I guess you could blame the injuries or whatever, but the other stuff that went on around the game made it implausible to say they deserved it. It was just a terrible officiating.
Okay, or okay, no. We will get to the refereeing thing. If that's a separate thing, but just on general thoughts. Red thoughts on the game. Did Liverpool deserve to win, or did City deserve?
We all deserve our money back. I actually pay for these games for the subscription. I feel hard done by to watch a game decided by the referee. Because Liverpool do deserve to win. Their goals were 100% valid, but I feel like City were not. What justice wasn't served there because 2 penalty calls. I believe. I know people are saying, "Oh, it hit Bernardo." So I didn't see that. I saw handball Trent inside the box. There's another handball instance when Sterling chipped the ball. So and that would have put the game at 3-3. And why didn't they give the penalties? Why are these refs like that? Why won't they just let the game play the game by the rules? So of course, Liverpool, did they deserve the 3 points? Of course, because they scored 3 quality goals. I'm not gonna set it up for anything for that. I don't think Liverpool did anything wrong. But the referees, man, you can't do this. Like, especially when we've all been waiting for this game. This game had potential to be game of the season. These are the 2 peak teams in the Premier League, and the whole game was decided based off of referee decisions. So overall, of course, Liverpool deserve to win. They've shown time and time again why they're the best team currently in Europe on form. You see the what Klopp is doing right now, magic in like that front 3, like Salah, Mane, incredible. Fabinho, what an incredible goal. But if I'm a City fan, like I would definitely feel hard done by, because again, they were robbed of the opportunity to compete on a level playing ground. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Liverpool v everybody, man. What do you think about your boys? So, do you feel like your boys deserve the win, or do you think that City deserved more from the game?
We definitely deserved it. I'm not surprised at Mane's reaction. I'm surprised at Red. A lot of excuses being made about this VAR refs or whatever. Every team is going to benefit from it at one point. Every team is going to suffer from it at one point. The City team is supposed to
Liverpool benefit a lot from it.
Can I finish talking? Can I finish talking? I ain't cut you off. Can I finish talking?
Sure.
Every team has this issue. City is supposed to be this all crazy great team or whatever. Fight through it. Against Aston Villa, we had things to go against us. There was no excuses made. We came back and won the game. Against United, same. So get the win. They had chances. Where was Aguero today? Where was he? They had plenty of chances to get something from that game. So to say that it wasn't on an even playing ground, it's a disgraceful comment in my opinion. But yes, no, Liverpool definitely deserved to win. It could have been worse. We stopped City from doing everything they wanted to do, and that was the key to the game today. So I'm just tired of the excuses, though, to be honest.
Okay. Rahimski, did Liverpool deserve or did City deserve more?
I think Liverpool's just the best team in the world right now. So I would say they deserved it. City, Pep's comments about Mane, that kind of irked me, and I feel like that motivated the players to just batter him. And you can see his mannerisms in the game. Like, he was clearly frustrated. You can blame VAR, you can blame refs all you want. You got outplayed. And you got outplayed in the part of the field that you consider the most important, the midfield. Everything comes through the midfield for Pep. So if KDB is going to be useless in that game, you're kind of screwed.
What? He wasn't useless. What are you talking about?
Oh, he was the worst player on the pitch.
He was the worst player.
No, he
on the pitch.
wasn't.
No.
Okay, easy. No, guys, chill. We'll get it. Okay, we will go into specifics. We will go into specifics. Okay, I want to bring in Hazem. Hazem, did Liverpool deserve or did City deserve more from the game? Hazem.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to congratulate Salah. That was a great clutch goal. And once again, since everyone was saying that
Oh,
Salah
Lord.
isn't clutch as Mane, he comes in clutch. This week, he assisted the winning goal against Genk, and now he scored the crucial goal. So congratulations, and again, proving you guys wrong. Anyways, as for the game, Liverpool deserved to win. It was a very good performance from the beginning. But I do agree with generally what everyone said. The refereeing was just atrocious. Um, First of all, the Trent Alexander-Arnold, that was a clear handball the first time in the lead up to the Fabinho goal. That was a clear handball. Hand was extended. And second of all, the second one was also a clear handball. And I feel like that could have made the game a lot more interesting. But at the end of the day, it's 3-1, and Liverpool just did what they had to do. They closed off the game largely due to Salah and his clutchness, and this is why you need such players in your team that take advantage of these situations. Oh, and Fabinho as well, amazing performance, and supporting my case as to why he should be top 3 in Ballon d'Or. So yeah, I just generally am really
Hasn't
happy about
relaxed,
this
relax,
Liverpool
relax,
team.
nothing.
I
Just
will
relax.
say this, HH, please quickly. I think I was wrong about Fabinho. I think maybe I overlooked him, or maybe Klopp has improved him drastically from Monaco.
Thank you. Yeah, I think he's a very underrated player, and I think he really did well in dictating the pace of the game.
Okay. All right. So no. We'll get back to you. Muntaha, thoughts? Did Liverpool deserve to win, or did City deserve more from the game, Muntaha?
Bro, first of all, like, when the game started, like I can literally see the difference between the UCL champions versus, what do you call it? Fish and chips leagues champions. So you can see the difference, bro. Over there.
Bro, that's hash. Bro, Muntaha, that's hash. I'm talking about that's hash. That's hash. That's hash.
No, bro. Come on, man. When you know that you are vulnerable at back, okay? Why the flipping hell you're playing open style football? What's wrong to be conservative? Tell me that. What's wrong, bro? You
He's
played
right.
with
He's right.
Gundogan. Bro, you played with Gundogan. What Gundogan did defensively or even
Wait,
attackingly? Or even
Muntaha,
at the midfield game?
Muntaha, you can't call this club a fish and chip club, man. That's going too far. Muntaha, that's going too.
Bro, I said bro. I said fish and chips league champion.
Ah!
I said that. I didn't said that, bro. Come on. I never disrespected, Manchester City. Bro.
I'm finished. Oh my God.
Okay. So just briefly. So are you saying that Liverpool deserved the win or City deserved the win?
Of course, bro. Bro. Look at Robertson, bro. That's like, prime Marcelo, bro. That's like prime Marcelo for you over there. Look at.
Can I
Trent,
get my
bro.
promise for rating him? Like, please. People call me crazy when I said he's world class.
Yeah, you're right. And bro, like for me, bro. Okay, let's be more serious with that. About the penalty shout.
No,
Okay,
chill. No. Just tell us who deserved, because I'm going to talk specifically about the penalties afterwards. So did Liverpool deserve or did City deserve? Then we'll talk penalties in the next round.
Bro, of course, man. Like Liverpool deserving side, they were better, and even individually, they were better as a player, like man to man compared to Man City. Most of the players of Man City wasn't performing, and they were like so crap. But Raheem Sterling, as usual, 2009, Raheem Sterling is back. Okay, then, bro, oh my God, bro, yeah, man, bro.
Missing
How
open
can you
goals.
wait? Yo, HH, bro. Wait, Christ. How can you guys wait this guy? He didn't even score a single G on Anfield. I don't care. Even in the worst days of Liverpool, he didn't score against them. Bro, this guy's like shit for the Champions
EPL
League.
merchants.
How can,
Shit
bro,
for the Champions League. Scored 3 goals in the quarterfinals. That is shit right there.
People rate him. Yo, Mane, I didn't interrupt you, brother. Please, brother. Please. Yeah, bro. What I'm saying to you is that, bro. Okay, this guy is not. He didn't show up, bro, and he missed so many sitters, bro. So man, like Liverpool was completely deserving side, and that's
how many Premier League?
Okay, wait, chill.
I don't care,
So
bro,
wait, guys, chill. Okay, we're moving on, chill. Wait, guys, we're moving on. Chill, guys. Shush. We're moving on, guys. Come on.
You didn't ask me, man. You didn't ask.
I know. Wait, look, relax. Just relax. I know who I've not asked. Relax. Just saying. So, guys, we've got 300 guys up in this thing, man. If you're new, subscribe. Like the vid. Come on, guys. Sunday. This is the best football discussion on the planet. Like the damn vid. Like the damn
planet.
vid. No, 100%. Okay. Salim, keep it brief. Who deserved to win, Liverpool or Man City?
Liverpool, they deserve to win. I mean, they played better than Man City. And one another thing, while everybody's talking about Trent's handball, is everybody ignoring Silva's handball when he touched it first?
Wait.
How
We're not talking about the handballs. Just
Uh,
tell us who deserves to win, and then we're gonna get to the
Yes,
handball
yes,
situation.
definitely. I mean, yes, they definitely deserved it. They played better than Man City, and that's what's important. Like Man City knew, as everybody knows, like when they get attacked and somebody steps on their mouth, they buckle and they don't know what to do. So that's what happened. Klopp had a master plan, and he went in and played. And most of them goes by Fabinho in the midfield. Fabinho and Gini
Yes.
Wijnaldum, both of them played superb game. They controlled that midfield. City didn't even know what to do. So, and they took him out of the game. I mean, that's why KDB had a trouble of his midfield game because he didn't know what to do. Because every time he tried to do something, Fabinho was right there to stop him doing it.
Oh, please.
Okay, no,
It
no,
is
man, relax. Okay, look,
literally,
look. Moving on. Okay, so look, next points of order right now is this. Now, so let me just give my take, and then I'll let everyone give their take. I think the handball rule that has been introduced is a brick rule, and I think it's a dumbass rule. But the whole point of a rule is you have to be. I swear to God, is that flipping milk or who's making this flipping noise?
no, no, no.
Okay, so yeah, guys, mute your mic if you're not speaking, please, so we don't hear the noise. So my take here is this: it's very simple. The ball hits Trent Alexander-Arnold's hand. It hit his hand in the first instance, and it's hit his hand in the second instance. It hit his hand twice. So by the letter of the law, Kimpembe was punished. Several other guys were punished. They were all punished when the ball hit their hand. So I feel that by the letter of the law, it should have been a handball. So my question is this. This is why I bring in VAR. Why wasn't VAR looked at? Even if they had gone and even if they had scored and everything, that should have been a point in which somebody in the VAR booth should have looked at it and say, yo, something is up here. Let's look at this. So that's my take. So let me just get to guys. So my take is this. I wouldn't give it if I was a referee. I think the rule is stupid, and I wouldn't give those things as handball for Alexander Arnold because it wasn't with intent. But by the rules that we've been playing it this season, and the reason why PSG got knocked out by Boychester Divided was because of that flipping rule. And I feel that by the letter of the law, it should have been a handball. So Ahmed, where do you stand on those handball things for Trent Alexander-Arnold?
So for the first one, they say like I've seen looking at the images that it seemed to have gone off of Silva first, Silva's arm first anyway.
The
Where,
second one.
and remember, I mean that's the yeah that one. It went off his arm anyway, and let's remember, according to the rules, an attacker, it doesn't matter if it hits his hand in any way, it's quote unquote a handball according to the new rules. So it shouldn't matter how it hit Silva's arm. It should be a handball against him, against Manchester City. So you can see, I mean, and VAR, I think the implementation of VAR is, I mean, why doesn't the referee go look at the monitor, like in other leagues where they go look at the monitor? Well, how come in the Premier League, the referee doesn't go look at the monitor himself? How come they don't show what's happening? I mean, like, they don't do it that often. Michael Oliver should have gone, he himself should have gone and looked at it. I think that would have been better to get a referee's perspective and to see, it doesn't show you what they're looking at either. Like, you don't see what VAR is looking at in the Premier League. And I think that's the issue. Fans aren't involved. Fans don't get like in the stadium. They don't see what's happening. Watching it on TV, you don't quite see the VAR perspective or the referee's perspective. And I think that's stupid. But for the handball, yeah, it went off Silva's hand first, and the other one, it's arguable how that one happened. But if it was a penalty, I mean, it wasn't given, and I don't think I think Guardiola shouldn't. You can't live and die by that penalty decision, which I've heard you say, but I think it's true. You can't live and die by that one penalty decision.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Hazem, thoughts on the two penalty calls on Trent?
Yeah. So for the f- yeah, for the first one, I'll say that it was a clear penalty. The one where the first Trent's handball, that was 100% clear penalty, and I don't see anything wrong with the rule book. I think it doesn't matter if you're hitting it with intent or not. You're literally blocking the cross. So it doesn't matter if you have intent or not intent, or time to react or not time to react. You're blocking the cross with your hands, and you're not meant to be doing that. So obviously, it should be a penalty, especially that the hand was extended away from the body completely. So it wasn't even close to the body. I don't know how they didn't give that, but it looks like the VAR room made a mistake, or they're just not using VAR well enough, or the refs themselves don't have a proper understanding of the rule book, and that seems to be a common theme in the Premier League referees in recent this year with the new implementation of VAR. And obviously, this is gonna happen. This happened with every single league where, in the first year of VAR, it takes time for the refs to adapt to it. It takes time for the league to adapt to it. With the Serie A, when it was last season, was the first year of VAR. It was also many wrong, not using it enough, and many wrong calls. But it gets better, and overall VAR it just helps a lot. So I'll say it's a wrong call by the refs. And the second one, people are saying it hit Bernardo Silva's hand. So yeah, I just would have given it as a handball for Bernardo Silva in that case. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Liverpool, everybody, thoughts on the two handball calls?
Twice. Both were penalties, stone cold. And I'm just happy that this year Liverpool have enough money to buy the refs. I'm so proud. I'm happy that we
Thank
finally
you.
get to do that.
Finally.
So happy. Yeah, so happy about that. Yep.
No, see. That's why I like Liverpool. Everybody, he is 100% cold hard honest. He's not a fan merchant, man. Honesty is the key. Mane, thoughts on the
100%.
two calls?
There were obvious penalties. I mean, even the first one, if you say it touched Bernardo, for me, it didn't look like it touched his hand. He chested it, and it might hit his upper shoulder. That's it. But even then, if the referee played advantage, the second one would still be a penalty if valid. And I didn't see any Liverpool players complaining about that. So I don't think it really touched his hand. People were saying that, but it didn't. So the first one was definitely a penalty. It touched Arnold's hands, and the second one, where Sterling was going, that as well was a penalty to me. So I don't know, with these rule changes every week, it seems like it's a different. Is this a penalty? Is that a penalty? Do they even know what's going on? Or as some people have said, that maybe they're afraid of overruling the other referee, so they just keep quiet. Even though in the back of their minds they know that should have been a penalty, they just try to stay consistent. But it's just disgraceful, honestly. And these are the things that it makes you kind of wish VAR was not there. I think the game would be better off without these decisions that just keep going, that ruin the Champions League final, ruin the quarterfinals last season. Now it's ruining the Premier League. So I think they should just test it out in the U21s or whatever. But I guess we're too late into it. But it's just another good game ruined by terrible, terrible VAR.
Okay, Rahimski.
Oh man, honestly, I thought about this for a while. VAR, I don't think it's fully ready, man. If it's not fully ready,
Wait, but
definitely not.
it works really well at the World Cup. Remember the South Korea Germany game? That was an iconic moment for VAR. But I get where you're going from.
That was that was the shining moment of VAR. I get you, but I think overall, if you look at the span of VAR and the decisions that have happened and how it's affected the enjoyment of not only the fans but the players as well, you can tell the players sometimes are furious. Like after celebrating an amazing goal that would have stood a year ago, now it doesn't stand because of all these rule changes, and it's just ruining the beauty and the simplicity of the game. Like football is nice because it's simple in a way. It's enjoyable. That's a goal. That isn't a goal. These are all things we should know. We shouldn't have to question if it's a goal or not. So, man, it's for me, it's ruining football. And when it comes to the game, I agree with what Mane said for the most part, except for the Trent stuff. But yeah.
All right, Red.
Like to be honest with you, looking at the game afterwards and seeing the response and all that, I don't know if it's if both were clear cut penalties because I know one of them. The people say that it was off Bernardo's hand. My only criticism of VAR is please clarify these plays. Even if you let the play continue, let a commentator in the VAR room that he can clarify. So at least for the fans, when we're watching it, we're like, okay, so that wasn't a handball because it came off of Bernardo Silva, and show us a replay when the ball's out of bounds and we can understand it. All we want is just clarity. That's the thing is like because honestly, when you're watching the game in real time, you don't capture everything. You're just watching. It's very fast flowing, and possibly it could have came off of Bernardo's hand before it hit Trent's. All we ask for is just clarity. In that way, when the game is done, it's done. You understand it. You know what's going on. The full game was broken down during the 90 minutes. Because we have 50 minutes halftime. Why don't they just explain the VAR decisions, like why this wasn't considered, why this wasn't considered, what happened here? They don't go over that. They just literally, because when that first handball incident happened, the first 5 minutes, the play just continued real quick. The City players were yelling at the ref. Play continued. Liverpool scored. At that point, you can't go back and overrule that goal because now Liverpool's goal is clean because the play continued. But now you have an instance where, like afterwards, the referee didn't explain his decision. Why didn't you give the handball there? I personally think, like you, AJ, I think that handball is stupid. The handball rule is stupid because at that point you're just making it so vague that you can give it whenever you want and not give it whenever you want. Because even for, let's say, for example, I'm going to give an instance in La Liga where the same thing happened for Madrid. Against the Real Betis game, it was a clear handball. Barca had the same instance yesterday against Celta Vigo. They got it called. Madrid didn't get it called. It's weird, and they didn't even take it to VAR with the Madrid situation. The only league, well, actually two leagues that are using VAR well is Serie A and the Champions League. Those are the only two where I see the implementation of VAR actually. You notice the difference. The ref actually goes to the screen. They add the extra time properly. Well, yeah, we all know that. No, we're joking, bro. It's all jokes. But no, but like seriously, like if any of you just actually watch VAR implemented in Serie A, honestly, they implemented the best out of Europe's top 5 leagues. In Spain, it's been mediocre. In England, it's been the worst. In England, I don't even know if it doesn't even seem like they have VAR. It just seems when it's ever convenient for them to use it. But Champions League and Serie A, they've used it the best. So, yeah, my criticism is not like on the penalties themselves. I just want the clarity around the penalties. Just clear it up for us fans so we know when we're watching what's a penalty and what's not. It doesn't make sense for people like us who have watched football for years and we're arguing over a penalty rule, the most basic rule. Like this, we used to always consider it easy. Intentional handball, penalty. Non-intentional handball, not a penalty. Nowadays, we don't know. Exactly. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what a penalty is and what isn't a penalty. So, yeah, that's my thought.
Okay. Salim. Okay, Munzaha, hit it. Munzaha.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Salim, talk.
Yeah, first of all, the first one, everybody ignoring the Silva's handball. It's the attacker. I mean, specifically the rules state that if attacker doesn't have to be deliberate, if attacker touches with his own hand, that's a handball. I don't know why they didn't give Liverpool a free kick. We have to ask that to the ref. And the second one, Trent is in natural position. His hand is not. His hand is not away. His hand is tucked in, and he hits the ball in his hand. That's a natural position. The ref was right there, and he said no penalty. And everybody's ignoring where against Man United, Mane scored the same way handball, and he was called a handball because it didn't matter. He was an attacking player who used his hand and he scored. And everybody's going off VAR. I think it's not the VAR problem. It's the human who's using VAR. Because humans make mistakes. We all make mistakes. So the ref need more time, more training to understand what they're doing and how to follow the rule book. So I think we'll probably see more differently than next year than this year. So we just got to live by it now.
Okay. And round us off, Muntaha. Thoughts on the two calls, Muntaha?
Yeah, bro. So I think so, bro. That wasn't a handball. The reason I'll tell you that. First of all, it hit the flipping Bernardo Silva hand. Okay, just for a hypothetical understanding. Okay, let's assume that Bernardo Silva. Okay, I mean, Bernardo Silva has passed the ball to Aguero, and Aguero somehow would have scored that goal. still it would be considered as in VAR, and the goal would be cancelled because at the end of the day, attacker has touched the ball. Because according to current rule of handball and all those things, it's like once the attacker touched the ball, it's a foul, it's a free kick. So yeah, like the thing is, what Man City is not getting the flipping penalty or else the goal will be cancelled. That's for sure, 100%. So you know what? Yeah, it will be given free kick to Liverpool, and I can see that. Oh yes, there is something suspect. They should have cancelled the goal. They should have given free kick to Liverpool, which didn't happen, and I agree with that. But with the second foul, I don't think so. It was a foul. I mean, it was a handball because Trent hand was like touched to his body, and yeah, and as Salim said, it's a natural position, so it's not a handball. Now, implementation of VAR has been, implemented in such a horrible manner, bro, in Premier League. I don't understand why. Like, there's been so much confusion with VAR. For the referees, they hesitate to give, VAR decision whenever they're playing in the home team against the home team. When like I've seen so many times in Premier League, like this season, I mean. So why it's such case like that? So referees should be given more support from the governing bodies or like FA English FA that you should be a bit more harsh, and when there's a call you should go to the flipping screen instead of thinking or just waiting for that. And lastly, my problem with VAR is it's not about technology. Of course, technology will improve the game, improve the dynamics of game. Like it will be more precise game instead of errors or mistakes and something like that. But the thing is, what it's completely implemented in the wrong way because we don't know the guidelines. There is no specific guidelines when to give VR, when to go for the call or not. There is nothing. For offside, we don't have it. Okay, for offside, it's clear. But for the handball, for the goal, we don't know this thing. And like right now, if you'll see, Champions League has implemented the best VAR right now. At least for the sake of it's better than the rest of the leagues. So I think so it can be improved as time goes on, and I think so they will improve a lot.
Okay. All right. So just to round off this Premier League thing, man, 9 points. 9 points. Well, 9 points. Liverpool are clear from City, their rivals, but 8 points between them and Chelsea and Leicester City as well. So it's very simple. Is the Premier League race now over? Are Liverpool now destined to be champions, or do you think something more dramatic will happen and they will bottle the league yet again? Ahmed, is it over, or do you think that Liverpool will be caught by either City or maybe Chelsea or Leicester?
I mean, you can't say it's over when it's Liverpool who's in the position. Like it's different than City winning it. It's different than another team. It's Liverpool. We know the history. That's the first thing. Secondly, I mean, 9 points in and of itself. Think about it. If City beat Liverpool at the Etihad, that's a 6 point gap. If Liverpool lose to Leicester away from home, which could happen, that's 3 points. They lose to Chelsea. They lose a game to Chelsea. That's there's no gap. And City, although right now they're in very bad form, they've done this before. They've won many consecutive games in a row. Personally, at the start of the season, I said City would win the league. But now I would say most likely Liverpool will win it. 9 points, I think that should be enough. But we can't say it's over, especially knowing how Liverpool is. Because remember, if Mane gets injured too, if Mane and or Salah get injured, that could prove very harmful to Liverpool or Van Dijk even. You could see them start dropping points in draws to teams like Villa or Wolves even. So we can't say it's over.
Okay. I mean, but before I go to Lance Hima, see, my belief and my thought of those whole things, like, I don't believe it's over. And I actually believe that we're going to see something very dramatic still happen within this season. As crazy as it may sound, I just think 9 points in November, it's still very, very early indeed. All right, Lance Hima, is it over? Yes or no? Or is there a chance?
Nah, it's not over. Just because it's Liverpool, it's not over. Many twists and turns to come, especially because Liverpool play in the Club World Cup. They play in the League Cup. They have two games in the span of 24 hours. The Christmas period is always very busy. They're gonna pick up muscle injuries, and I think if they miss one of Van Dijk, Salah, or Mane for a prolonged period of time, they're really gonna struggle. And at the end of the day, 9 points. I'm not counting Chelsea and Leicester because let's be honest, they're not ready for a title challenge. But 9 points, it's only 3 games. Anything can happen. Liverpool still have to go to the Etihad. They still have to go to Spurs. I think they still have to go to Arsenal. So anything can happen. It's too early. The 26, 28, 26 games left to play. So no way. It's not over. It's too early. It's November, man.
Okay. So before we ride over here to Mr. Hazen, let me just hit the super chat here. So from Martin Rosario, thank you for your 199 super chat, Martin Rosario. He says, haven't seen Mane in a minute. City probably suck now. Damn. Why people so against Mane? Mane is such a lovely, sweet dude, man. I don't know why guys always have beef against Mane. So Hazem, is it over? Yes or no? Or will your Egyptian icon rise to the challenge and deliver Liverpool? They think, oh, sorry, Hazem, before you answer, guys, we've got 800 people in this thingy. Like the vid. It doesn't cost you anything. Just like the damn vid, you pricks. Like the damn vid. Hazem, is it over? Yes or no?
Yes, it's over. City have won the league. It's pretty much over.
What the heck? City have won the league?
You mean
What?
Liverpool?
What?
Yeah, City are winning it easily. I mean,
Okay.
the squad depth that these guys have is unmatched, and I can see already we saw signs that Salah can get injured in this match. If Salah gets injured, I struggle to see Liverpool getting out of relegation. So yeah, I think City will win it quite easily, and because City Liverpool are too dependent on one player. So Mane shows up here and there, but you can't be depending on just one player to keep on saving you all the time. And when he's injured,
I think they're more
when
dependent on their fullbacks than on Salah.
when he's injured, what are they gonna do? They're gonna go relegation zone. I mean, come on, let's be serious over here.
Okay, Hazem. Hazem, I think you sniffed glue, by the way, but that's just me. Liverpool for everybody, man. Is it over? Yes or no?
I mean, it definitely should be. The mentality this team is showing is very reassuring to me. Last year we saw what happened. We should have won it last year. So I'm gonna say no. It's a lot of games to play, and it's Liverpool. We know what they're capable of doing or not doing, I should say. So it should be. If we can't win it now, 9 points ahead of City, eight ahead of the other two, Leicester and Chelsea, then I give up. So yeah, it should be over, but we'll see. Lot to play for.
Mane, is there still hope for your boys City and Pep Guardiola, the scientist who destroyed football allegedly?
I mean, I think winning 2 in a row is enough. So
Hey, you shut the hell up, man. Ferguson won 3 in a row. No, don't be a pussy, man. 3 in a row is what the big dogs go. So don't use that as a flipping cop out.
Listen, it's Liverpool's title. I think they're gonna win it this year. I usually have a feeling with these things. I think they're gonna win it. And it's been almost 50 years since actually. How many years? I don't even know. Since the Cold War or 1960, whatever. But yeah, I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win this time. But one thing about Pep, I hope we finish outside top four just so he leaves. I'm getting sick and tired of this guy. Pep
Manny,
out.
relax,
I'm
man.
officially
Manny,
Pep
wait,
out,
Manny,
man.
you're talking to a football genius. Talk to a football genius, bro.
Nah. I'm sick and tired of him bringing his family friends and all these Spanish players we never heard of week in week out and his stubbornness. So I think it's becoming a little bit stale. He's been there for now almost 4 years. I think he's just after this season, we better get a new face. I think people are getting tired of this. I am getting tired of this.
Okay, bit harsh. Rahimski. Okay, Rahimski.
Yeah, I don't know, man. With Liverpool, you never know because they've bottled so many times. but 9 points ahead of great teams like Leicester, Chelsea, and City. That's a sizable gap, especially
8
in
points.
yeah, 8 points in November. It's sizable because it's. I mean, yes, it is early, but it's still 8 points at the end of the day. So, yeah, with Liverpool, I don't think their squad is as deep, but they have such a fantastic manager that you kind of have to favor them right now. Um, with City and with what Mane said about Pep, I find it interesting that City fans are kind of revolting against Pep, considering he brought them like unmitigated success in the last 2 seasons. I don't. I
We're
think that's kind
used
of
to it.
uncalled for.
Mane, relax, Mane. Shut the hell up. Wait,
But
Ramsky, finish your point.
I think with Klopp, you kind of have to just raise your hand and say, okay, yeah, this guy is the most informed manager in the world, and if you have the most informed manager in the world, it's likely that you're going to succeed. So you know what? I'm going to pull my neck out and say a treble is possible, but um, if the likelihood I think is 50-50. I think they're gonna win
A
at least.
treble.
Yeah, I think at least they're gonna win one of the Champions League or the league. But yeah, that's my take.
Okay, so before we ride over to Red, let me just hit the super chat here. Guys, look, guys, we've got 1,000 guys in the chat now. Like the vid, over 1,000 people in the live chat. Like the vid. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. This is the best football channel on the planet. Dean Classic, thank you for your $2 super chat. So Dean Classic says, any more here respect the fraud over self-made club. I don't want to call Pep a fraud because people will call me a hater. But let's just see when the season ends. Man, relax. You don't need to take the bait, bro. Just chill. Let's see when the season ends. Man, don't you dare call him a fraud because, man, you were sucking up to him a few months ago.
Listen,
So don't change.
I'm starting to go bald too from watching this team, man. So I get that Dean Classic. The fraud,
Try
yeah,
watching Milan.
Fraudiola. Fraudiola.
Bro, look, Milan is a whole different ball game. All right, Red, talk. Red, talk.
Trust me, bro.
Red, what the hell are you, bro? Red, talk.
Right here. No, it's not over. It's so early, so early. There's what, like 25 games left to play, 26 games left to play, 27. Three games in Liverpool are level with City. Like we don't know. Not to mention the season has just begun. We're still playing knockout stages. Like it's our group stages in the Champions League. When the knockouts come, and then when you get to the later steps of the cup competitions, and then you also have to factor in like there's just so much to factor into to the Champions League right now. Like that for the Premier League, for us to say it's over. Not to mention is that like right they still have to play City away. They still have to play United at home, which is always a tough game. There's still a lot of games left to be
Leicester
played.
away.
So, well, Leicester, I don't know about. I think Liverpool can handle Leicester. Leicester are a good side, but like for Liverpool, I think Liverpool can handle Leicester. Even
It's a two-horse race. Chelsea, Liverpool, two-horse race.
Well, like even Chelsea could realistically challenge. Like we don't know what they're capable of yet, but because it's too early. Like remember in 2016, who would have thought that Leicester would win the league? Who would have thought? Everybody was writing them off, but what happened? It just game by game, teams crumbled around them. We don't know. We don't know what could happen. Of course, are Liverpool favorites? Yes, they are. Who looks? If I'm a betting man, who I would bet on to win the game, to win the league? Sorry, Liverpool. But we don't know yet. Like it's way too early for me to say. Like trust me, even like when it comes down to like the last 10 games, even then it will be too early. Anything could happen, especially in football. We've seen crazier things happen.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's wrapped up. Not yet.
All right. Okay. Salim, the goat man. Thoughts? Is it over? Yes or no?
No, man. I completely think like it's not over. It's 27 games to go. A lot could happen. You could lose. Let's say you got injuries in Mane, Salah, and Fabinho, and we have Van Dijk injured also. I mean, squad depth. You could ask that. There's a lot to play, and there's a lot of games left to play. And I wouldn't say like everybody saying, "Oh, the league is over." No, the league is not over. 27 games to go, way more games to go. So let's see. I think Liverpool, we will probably do it. We could win this year, but we'll take it one by one. I mean, I think Klopp said it. Mentality giant, mentality monsters. So I trust Klopp and the players how they'll do.
Okay, so before we just give over to Muntaha to round us off, let me just hit the super chats. Thank you much. So super chats from a Patreon member, Josh Bond. Thank you for your patronage to the Football Hot. 499 super chats. He says, so City already have the same amounts of losses as last season. Will they really win all the games left? Be real. Josh, my response to that is that don't tempt fate. Don't tempt fate. I know logically, statistically, that makes sense because they've already racked up a lot of losses and we've not even reached the halfway through the season, and there are a lot of tough games to come, i.e. Chelsea is City's next game. But don't tempt fate because yes, they may get losses. Liverpool could go through a crazy slump. Crazier things have happened in football. Muntar, round us off. Is it over, yes or no?
Bro, first of all, I just want to comment on the Mane thing, yeah, because he criticized Pep Guardiola. You know what? You know what? To be honest, no one is immune to criticism, regardless of who the hell. Like, I mean, no one is immune, in especially in football. So if Mane is like, I mean, someone criticizes unsatisfied, so like that's the thing, bro. So of course, man, the Pep is like one of the reasons for the City losses. Uh, and apart from the Pep thing, Liverpool chances of winning, yes, bro. Like I think so, they are winning this time, but still we have to, there is a benefit of doubt because of the previous history of bottling and Premier League last season, especially, bro. The way they bottled, I mean, they drew the games after games after games. So you never know, man. There might be a I mean, a bad patch or rough patch, in between the flipping December or January or something like that. Or injuries could cost them, like Salah Mane injury. So yeah, man, there's so many aspects of the game. But right now, like they're in the most comfortable position. Next game they're playing Crystal Palace away, which I think so they can win it. For me, if I'm a Liverpool fan, the teams I will be scared of right now is to face Leicester City away. Then you have Spurs away. Please don't slip on Spurs. They might come back if they might do something. They might at least get a draws to Liverpool or something like that. So Liverpool might drop 2 points over there. There is a possibility for everything. And then you have City away. Then yeah, Wolves away. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they play Wolves away? No. So I think so. There's one more game, so I think there's games, loads of games. So still, like the I won't say the league is open, but there is a probability, where Liverpool can drop the points in as well. So I think so. Yes, man. 26 games left. It's not over yet. Yeah.
Okay, so we see. So before we move on to our next topic, let me just hit this super chats right here. Oh damn! Thank you, YouTube, for blocking the super chats, you pricks. So from Ajuj, thank you, Ajuj, who says, don't tell me what to do, HH. Okay, I won't. Also, praise Lewandowski, the GOAT 9. I'll give him. Hazem, relax. Hazem, you're so predictable. You're so predictable. Hazem, relax. Chill. I will give the man his praise. My Lord in heaven, just relax. Don't worry. Everything is under control. So let's talk about La Liga right now. Now, look, La Liga is getting exciting right now. Thank you, Catalonia, for not giving us El Clasico. That really helps. I know that you're trying to fight for your freedom and everything and politics, but I believe that fishnet ball comes up above all. So thank you for not allowing us the El Clasico. Both teams, correct me if I'm wrong, are both on 25 points, both on equal points, and I think Barcelona only have a goal difference of 2 better than Real Madrid. So it is very, very close at the top. So, what?
Hello, it's me, Bujak or Bujak.
I know, Borisiko, shut up, and then I'll get to you. Just please shut up, and I'll get to you. Thank you. Oh, man, guy is crazy. Okay, so now I want to talk specifically about Messi and this whole thing about free kicks, about who is the best free kick taker right now, because Messi 100% without a doubt he's the best free kick taker in the world. That's a shadow of a doubt. 100%. There is nobody that even comes close to what this guy is doing. This guy is insane. His free kicks are almost like penalties. Almost when he gets a free kick, you almost are now fearful, similar to what it was like with David Beckham. But who do you guys feel is the greatest free kick taker of all time. So I'll give you some small time to think. Who do you think is the greatest free kick taker of all time? For me, I think it's very simple. The greatest free kick taker of all time is Juninho Pernambucano. The technique, the angles, the distances, and how he totally redefined and revolutionized the art of taking a free kick. And Andrea Pirlo, the great Andrea Pirlo, the greatest midfielder of his generation, pretty much studied his technique from basically studied the technique. So my thing is Juninho Pernambucano is still the greatest free kick taker of all time. And I think Messi comes in on second. So Ahmed, greatest free kick taker of all time. Who is it?
Before I start, I just wanted to say that let you know, HH, that Christ is muted. I'm just gonna get, I don't know why he's muted. You can't hear him.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Okay.
So we're just talking about Messi or La Liga in general?
No. We're talking about, no, the question is, who is the best free kick taker of all time?
See, I'm not gonna comment. You know, I'm not old enough. I'm not as old as you, HH, to have seen other great free kick takers. But of the ones I've watched, I'd say
YouTube. No excuse, YouTube.
Well, it's different than experiencing than seeing the person live in games and seeing them week in, week out. Like there's a difference between that and that. But of the current generation, I'll say Messi. That's what I'll say of the current generation.
Okay, Lansema, best free kick taker of all time. What does Messi rank?
Abdullahi. Hello? Yeah. So there's this okay. There's this Serbian player who used to be who used to play in the Serie A in the 90s.
Mihailovic.
Mihailovic. Yeah, he was an insane free kick taker. He was like a free kick specialist. I don't know what else he was good at, but he was a free kick specialist. But as far as Messi is concerned, he's definitely top 5. Obviously, Mihailovic comes to mind. Juninho, probably the greatest, no, definitely the greatest of all time. But Messi is probably 3rd, 4th, maybe 2nd, but he is not Juninho. To Juninho, a free kick was like a penalty. Messi, he can't score them obviously, but if I had to put my life on the line for somebody to score a free kick, I would rather Juninho take it than Messi if my life was on the line. So, yeah.
So basically, if Juninho then missed, your life is screwed then.
Yeah. But we saw Messi in high pressure situations. We saw what he did at the World Cup, man. I prefer not to see.
Easy. There are a lot of Messi fanboys out there. Lansema, easy man. If you value your life. Okay, Borussia Core, whatever the heck your name is right now. Who is currently the best free kick taker?
Wait, Abdullah is speaking.
Wait, no, I'll get to it. Okay, so Borussia, who is the best free kick taker of all time? Borussia, who's the best free kick taker of all time?
CR7.
No, Borussia.
Best, not
no,
worst.
Milk.
Best,
Okay,
not
look.
worst.
Okay, I'm just gonna call you Milk because like Borussia is too. So Borussia, just in all seriousness, who is the best free kick taker of all time? Best free kick taker of all time. Don't say Christina. Don't say Christina.
Okay, so if it's not Christina, then it's Roberto Carlos. If it's not Roberto Carlos, then it is Tony Yeboah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Muka, thanks. Hazem. Best free kick taker of all time then, overall of all time.
It has to be Juninho, and I think a good shout. Thank you, Lion Tamer, was Mihailovic. I think there was a time where Mihailovic scored a hat trick of free kicks in the game, which is crazy. So I think Juninho has to take it because of the wide variety of free kicks that he took, just the amount of goals he scored from them. Yeah, and I think Messi, as Rahimski said, is creeping into the top 5. So I think
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, really? Someone said it. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think Messi is creeping into the top 5. Yeah, so I'll give it to Juninho. Yep.
Okay, so basically, before we I go over to the next dude. Let me just hit the super chats here. So thank you for the $2 super chats to Dean Classic, who says Bex is the best free kick taker ever. I run by logic. Dean Classic,
Wait,
your
can I ask you
your
a
logic
question,
is wrong.
H? Are we talking about direct free kicks or like deliveries? What are we talking about?
No,
Because if it's a
no.
delivery,
Like Dean Classic. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about crossing of the ball, oh, Bex is tops. Free kicks, Bex is maybe 5, 6. He's not one of the best of all time. He was going to be, but then he dropped off. So sorry, Bex is not in the conversation as was one of the best. No way. So Liverpool v everybody, man. Best free kick taker of all time.
Yeah, Janino was a G, but I'm surprised nobody's mentioning Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was an animal at free kicks. So,
But how consistent was he? How consistent was he at the sport, man?
He was all right.
I don't know about consistency, but if you look at the stats, he ranks top 4 or 5 in set piece goals. So I don't know. Again, like Lion Tamer said, I'm not sure what you're really asking. Are you talking about scoring from them, or are you talking about he ranks in top 4 or 5 all time? So I mean, you got to put him in there. But yeah, Jorginho's a good shout. I think Beckham's a good shot as well. So I mean, Messi is cool, but I don't think he comes close to any one of those dudes.
Okay, Mane.
For me, in terms of pure the beauty of it and the technique, I don't think there's anybody as good as Payet that I've ever seen. The guy, the way he hits the ball is incredible.
It's beautiful to watch. Yeah.
It's a finesse,
Oh, boy.
but at the same time, it's like a knuckleball. It finesses and then he just dips down. Like go back on YouTube, watch the videos. I don't think I've seen anybody score as good as Payet. So I would put him in my top 3. Juninho is of course the best technically in terms of the range he could score from midfield and a free kick. Cristiano is not a bad shout. He was pretty good for a period of time when he was at Real Madrid.
Wondering why
Up
people were
until
laughing at me when I said
up
that.
until 2014-ish. Remember, he scored a free kick in the semifinals against Bayern. It's not a bad shout. I would say he's even a better shout than Messi if you compare the peaks.
Every
What?
single day.
Yeah.
I agree. Way better
Cristiano,
shout.
Cristiano,
Way
from
better
his
shout.
time where
Mane, you're on crack. Mane, you're on crack.
Cristiano is statistically the worst free kick taker in Serie A history.
That's
In
just because
Serie A history, he's the
yes,
worst. Not
you're
the
not
best.
listening though. You're not listening. I'm not. I said until 2014. Nobody's talking about. He's finished right now, but he still has a lot of pride and wants to take free kicks, whatever.
Took by Conte.
But from 2007 to about 2014, Cristiano on a free kick, you can't tell me you weren't concerned he was going to score. I remember his free kick against Man City. Like I was just seated there. It's like he's not going to score from that, and he scored countless times. The guy delivers. I think people need a little bit more respect for Cristiano. Pirlo is okay in free kicks. I think he's a little bit overrated, but that's just me.
Mane. That's
honestly-
just to you. That's just to you. Just
Honestly, I would say De Bruyne is a better free kick taker than Pirlo, but that's another day, another topic.
you're
another
sick,
day.
man. Sick, man. Wait,
That's
Mane.
it.
Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Good. Rahimski, best free kick taker all time.
Okay, so if you look at the free kick, it's a skill, and if you look at a skill in football, there's 2 attributes to a skill. It's either effective or it's just really enjoyable to watch. So I'm gonna highlight players that are effective at it, and then players that are I'm just in awe when they do it. So in terms of effectiveness, no one's better than Del Piero for me, because Del Piero, correct me if I'm wrong, has the most free kicks in the Champions League goals. Most free kick goals in Champions League history, as well as Serie A history. So not only in the Champions League did he do it, but also in his respective league.
Does
You gotta
Ronaldo
have
have the
to-
most free kicks in the Champions League?
Did he overtake him? Because
Free
I
kicks
know
in Champions League.
Del Piero had the most, like very recently, like up until, like I remember checking this like very recently. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he has the most free
I'll
kick
fact
goals.
check that. But go ahead. Sorry about
No,
that.
no. Del Piero
Yeah,
was that dude, man. Del Piero was that dude.
Yeah,
Respect.
Del Piero was so effective at it. In terms of beauty to watch, you have to say Juninho's technique was beautiful. You have to say Pirlo's technique was obviously beautiful because of Juninho's technique. You have to say Messi. Whenever Messi goes up to take a free kick, it's basically a goal at this point. So you have to highlight him. You have to highlight Ronaldinho because his technique was just out of this world. Like I don't think anyone had a similar technique.
Thank you.
And then for me, in terms of beauty, yes, call me a fanboy, whatever. Maradona had a fucking insane technique. If you go to YouTube and watch his free kicks, they were just as beautiful as Ronaldinho for me. So those are the players I'd like to highlight. In terms of effectiveness, I'd still give it to Del Piero, best of all time.
All right, so actually, before I go to Red, I can't remember the FIFA game it was, but there was a FIFA game that I always used Juventus, and pretty much 8 or 9 times out of 10, whenever
Edgar
I had a free kick,
Davids. Edgar
I always
Davids,
scored
that's
with Del
his name.
Piero.
Edgar Davids. That's his name.
Well,
Edgar
I
Davids.
checked.
Yo, can you chill
Okay,
out? I mean,
okay,
Relax,
cool, thank you.
Mirko. Oh my god.
All right,
It says
Red,
Ronaldo has
Red, bring in your thoughts. So Red, best free kick taker.
Oh, y'all are gonna hate me, man. It's easily Cristiano Ronaldo, easily, because first of all those
Red,
players
Red,
you named,
come on,
now,
Red, don't do this. Red, don't do this, bro. Red, don't do this, bro. Don't do
I'm a
this.
moments merchant. I'm a moments merchant. And let's be honest, guys. How many free kicks does Messi have, and how many of them can you actually name? Aside from the Liverpool one, he has 0 iconic free kicks. 0. All he does is score free kick based against these La Liga farmers. But he doesn't have any iconic. He has no iconic free kicks. Let's be honest. Ronaldo, you can name the Portugal hat trick.
No, since you Red, you're getting attacked on the live chat, man. People are not happy about stuff that's coming out. So, Red, you better explain yourself. Red, you better explain yourself
I'm
properly.
explaining myself. I'm explaining. HH, Ronaldo, you can go back and look at all his free kicks. He has iconic free kicks in Champions League semis, in World Cup knockout stages. He was saying he has a lot of iconic free kicks. Not to mention, Ronaldo still has the most free kicks scored out of any other player. And he's I just fact checked it, by the way, Rahimski. He scored 12 free kicks in the Champions League, the most of any player. 2 for Manchester United.
When did Ronaldo score a free kick in the knockout stages of the World Cup?
Not in the knockout stages, in the group stage against Spain, to cap his hat trick in the 90th minute to equal 3-3.
When did Messi score one?
Bro, don't.
That's the thing.
Don't be
against Iran.
Goals, by the way, so they're tied.
I guess
But
Iran,
still-
Tamer, really?
No,
I mean,
guys. All I'm saying is Cristiano Ronaldo, no doubt. Look, based off ratio, based off consistency, we could say Messi is the greatest free kick taker of all time, based off the consistency and ratio. If you want to just go based off numbers, but if we're going to talk about football, because we know in football, not every match is equal. A match in La Liga is not equal to a match in the Champions League. A match where you score a free kick in the semis that and leads you to win the Champions League in 2008, that is worth way more than scoring a free kick against Real Betis on the weekend. Okay, and aside from that, another shout that I want to mention is because we honestly, aside from the super chat, nobody mentioned him. Beckham. With Beckham, with David Beckham, not for direct free kicks, but I'll tell you this: I watched a fair share of Man United, old school Man United highlights from that. And I'll give a specific match. Champions League group stage, 1999. Bayern Munich versus Man United. I know they played in the final, but go watch the group stage game. All of United's chances came from David Beckham free kicks. Every free kick this man had was a shot on target for Man United because his delivery was pinpoint accurate. This guy was lethal off, and he's very underrated, by the way. Another shot for David Beckham.
Can you say about Beckham? He scored the most clutch free kick of all time, arguably against Greece.
Exactly, to qualify his club. And on top of that, Beckham in 2007, when Madrid won the La Liga, arguably he should have been our player of the season for how clutch he was off free kicks. Every free kick for us that season was like a penalty for us. That's how good Beckham was. So when we're talking about best free kickers, of course, you guys can name Messi, we can name Juninho, but if I tell you guys, give me one free kick, you can't give me a moment. Tell me one iconic Juninho free kick where he led his team to a trophy. I could tell you in 2014 when Ronaldo scored that under the wall free kick against Neuer in Bayern away at the Allianz.
Right.
Like that. How is that not iconic? And he went on to win the Champions League, or against Arsenal in the Champions League semi. Did he not win the push cast? No. Of course I'm biased. I'm a Madrid fan. I'm a Madrid fan.
No, because that's not true. Because Ronaldinho scored that goal against England.
100%. And Ronaldinho's a great shout. Ronaldinho's a great shout, and we all give Ronaldinho credit for his greatness. We all think of him as an iconic player, but Ronaldo, his resume is far longer than Ronaldinho's. Like,
exactly,
bro, right. Ronaldo in every single competition he scored an iconic free kick. He won the push cast. Didn't he win the push cast off a free kick against Porto?
Yeah, but he gets the lowest conversion rate.
No,
doesn't matter.
Okay, look, guys, chill. Okay, look, wait, look. Red has made his point. Chill, guys, chill.
Just one last thing.
Okay,
before
wait.
we move on.
Red, just run your points off, and then we'll have to go to Salem because we can. So, Red, run off your point.
Okay, so all I want to say is like in his prime, Ronaldo before his knee injury in 2015, he was the most feared player off a set piece. His ball was not only, it wasn't just about placement, it was pace and power. Even if the keeper dived to the right position, he couldn't stop that ball. That's how fast and powerful the ball was. He would shoot the ball with such power that the ball would bend, and then when it's mid-air, it pops and changes direction immediately. There's no spin on his ball. It was an insane free kick technique, but after his injury on his foot, he couldn't hit with that much power anymore, and that's why Ronaldo's decline has happened. But overall, that's my point. I think Ronaldo is the best free kicker of all time.
Okay. Wow. Salem, free kicks.
I think the greatest free kick to me is more Juninho is the greatest free kick taker of all time that I've watched. From 02 till 08, somewhere around that time. And I don't think why I watched a lot of YouTube shows. I mean YouTube highlights of Zico. Why is everybody not talking about him?
He's a good shout.
Thank
and,
you.
and also, wait, why is nobody
Best
talking
number
about
10 of all
Jose
time.
Luis Chilavet?
I mean,
Jose Luis Chilavet was a goalkeeper who was a damn good free kick taker as a
there was this
goalkeeper.
one called Rogerio Ceni. Remember that?
Yes,
That kid?
some-
Yep.
And what about Del Piero? I mean, Bohemski said it. Del Piero was really a good free kick taker. I mean, he was incredible for Juventus when he was taking free kicks. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of people like Beckham. I mean, Ronaldinho. Shout out. There's a lot of great free kicks. Even Maradona was better than Messi in a free kick. I mean, if you watch a lot of YouTubes of Maradona taking free kicks, yes, Messi is in top 10, but there's a lot of players who are better than him. And in Red, I mean, you like to talk about merchants and everything, but his conversion rate for your guy is the worst conversion rate for CR7. I'm sorry, but he's not.
Salim, can I respond to that? How come when you're talking about those players, you only mention them during their peak? When you're talking about Ronaldo, you're mentioning a declining Ronaldo. How come Ronaldo is a victim of his longevity? If we just take prime Ronaldo into account, 2007 Ronaldo till 2014
he has
Ronaldo,
a lower conversion rate.
Yes.
How can you be a victim of your longevity?
But Ronaldo stopped scoring free kicks 3 years ago, and Messi still hasn't caught up. Ronaldo has stopped scoring free
Messi,
kicks.
yeah, that's true.
And Ronaldo still has. Messi hasn't caught up.
And another thing as well is the volume. Messi never took that many free kicks until recently. He never used to take free kicks. He used to be Xavi that's used to take him. So that whole volume thing, yes, he's gonna miss a lot of them, but the ones he ends up scoring are spectacular, and that's what we're talking about. It's not about the misses.
And Ronaldo has been scoring, has been on free kicks since 2005.
Both of them for me, they're not in top 10. I mean, there's a lot of players that I watched YouTube highlights, old ones. I mean, in the 80s, 90s, and in 2000s also that are way better than both of them. If being honest, like you go to YouTube and just watch like the best free kick takers. I'm also a merchant watching like players highlights and everything. And if I'm being honest, they're not in top 10 for me. I mean, there's a lot of players.
Bro, there's a problem with your list if Messi and Ronaldo aren't in your top 10.
Oh my god.
Okay. Basically, look, Salim, round off your points, Salim.
Junior is the best free kick taker that I've seen, watched. So that's my run up.
Okay.
Not...
All right. Munsaha, round us off. Free kick.
Of course, bro. I think so, man. Ronaldo, Messi, both of them are top 10 for me in the free kick any day. Like, regardless of, you name so many players, like, but still, Ronaldo and Messi. And the best free kick taker of all time, the best in a sense, like, the amount of goals he scored. I think so, Juninho. I mean, Juninho with the free kicks, and, I think so, it's the best one. Like, it's the most simple answer. And, like, my personal favorite, like, I know I'm a bit more, subjective towards this. I think it's Roberto Carlos for me. That's me, because the way he used to shoot the ball, the technique he created, using from his outer foot and everything. I think so that's like, sexiest, So for me, I think the best one is Juninho, and my personal favorite is Roberto Carlos. And now compared to the Ronaldo Messi thing, the free kicks, bro, if you see the iconic moments Ronaldo have created through free kicks, that's like you cannot compare that. But when you compare the technical ability of free kicks, then we have a great shout over there for Messi, because Messi technical ability to shoot the ball, to curve it. I know it's limited, It's really limited in terms of angle. You need to have this left foot angle and all those things. I cannot remember when was the last time Messi scored in the big moment. The Liverpool one, of course, and before that, I think so he scored in the World Cup 2014 against Iran or something like that, which was really great, iconic moment. But Ronaldo have a bigger moments than Messi. So yeah, man. But technically, Messi is better in scoring goals through free kick, but Ronaldo is more iconic. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So actually, let's, because there's something, there's another topic I wanted to talk about just to round this thing up. But let me look at this super chat, and I want to get your thoughts on this. So Dean Classic, thank you much for your $5 super chat. So Dean Classic says York, Cole, Owen, Raul, Vanessa Roy, Crouch, and your beloved Ronaldo, R9, all respect Bex. Give him his props. He wasn't playing bloody tennis. Now, let me say this, and let me say this clear now. And I've held this point pretty much ever since I saw him play. David Beckham is the most overrated football player of all time. Hands down. Number one. Nothing more. David Beckham was a cross merchant. That's what he was. He was pretty good at free kicks, but he was just a dead ball merchant. He couldn't dribble, had poor ball control, and did not really exemplify what you would call a guy with natural footballing ability. He lived off his looks, and he was a marketing modeling ploy. And he was just good at a particular skill as an alpha player. He was not a quality alpha player. So without a doubt, he was the most overrated football player
Can I
of all
respond
time.
to that? Because I feel like you're being very harsh on Beckham. Like this is
How?
when you say
Okay,
overrated,
no, Red. Red. Tell me. Okay, tell me. Sorry. Apart from free kicks and crossing, tell me what David Beckham contributed to the world of football apart from modeling.
Apart from dribbling, what does Mane do?
Beckham had a lethal long shot. Beckham was a very pacey player in his youth when he was playing on the wing. He was very, very like he was fast. People forget that they think of Beckham as slow because in a lot of later years, he was pretty much a passenger for a lot of teams. But during his
Wait,
prime,
Red.
Beckham was a
Wait,
great
Red.
player.
You're
with
calling
that as
Beckham
well,
pacey?
that's all it takes to be a good winger. What else do you need
And
to be
his-
a good winger?
and
You just
his
need to be
aerial
good
ability.
creatively. Exactly. You don't need much to be a good winger. That's his position. So you're saying you?
Aside from that, his
Yeah, go on.
sorry, go ahead, Monty. Go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm saying apart from what he was important for his position, which is great crossing ability, what the best crossing ability probably ever, good creation, and being a good player in terms of wing dribble. He could dribble a little bit. He wasn't so fast, but the main point of being a winger is to be able to create for your teammates. So if you're saying his bad attribute that he did that was the only thing he did, that's not really a knock on him because that was his primary role. So if he was good as that, I don't know what would make him
No,
overrated.
Manny, my
move
point,
on.
no, Manny, this was my point. My point was he is the most overrated player. I never
Where
called
do
him
you rate
useless.
him? Where do you
I
rate
said
him? Like,
overrated.
How would you on a tier like of legends?
Oh, I wouldn't even rate him at all. He's unrated.
Okay.
Yeah, Abdullahi, bro.
Okay.
Nah, that's I hate you, bro. That's like quite unfair, bro. Come on, man. David Beckham was like
Abdullahi.
even
No,
in La Liga, bro. He was come on, bro.
no, guys. I'm being fully honest with you.
Abdullahi.
If we're talking about legends, legends, I don't rate him amongst the legends at all. No way. There is no way in hell I'm calling David Beckham a legend. Impossible.
Treble winner, HH.
He's a trouble winner too. Come on
Yeah,
now.
no, okay, yeah. So did Henning Berg, and what also doesn't Arbeloa have a World Cup and European Championship and all those kinds
Beckham
of
was
things?
starting. Beckham was starting. Beckham was playing every match. He was like he. It's not like you can't tell me he was a passenger for like
Yes,
at one point like
crucial player for-
Madrid hijacked him from Barca. Barca wanted him. Madrid wanted him. These clubs, all the clubs in Europe wanted Beckham. He was the top player.
Barca won in Coutinho too.
Yo, HH.
There we go.
Abdul and Abdullahi want to speak, bro.
Abdullahi, yes.
Okay, it's basically Abdullahi, you have to make sure that your mic is working, bro. That's the thing, because if your mic is iffy, I can't let you go, because we have to make sure that this quality, the stream quality is good. So let me open up Abdullahi and then I'll go to Abdul. So Abdullahi, speak. If your mic is not popping off, then I'm sorry. So Abdullahi, go for it.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Speak.
You're talking about the greatest kick taker of all time. For me, I would say Inu. For me, all time Inu. But
Your mic
we
is
have to remember Cristiano Ronaldo because it's just because he's flying. That's why we have them.
No, it's just I'm like you keep cutting off, keep cutting off. You have to get
Can
a
you
better
hear me?
connection because we can only hear every other word that you're saying. All right,
Can
Abdul,
you hear me?
Abdul,
Talking.
yeah, Abdul, hit it.
Yeah,
Abdul, hit it.
Beckham, like Real Madrid signed Beckham strictly off for commercial and marketing purposes. It's not like like literally Real Madrid signed Beckham instead of Ronaldinho just because, and it's well documented, just because Beckham is more marketable. So it wasn't a football decision. Secondly, I mean, if we're talking about treble winners as starters, Pandev was actually part of the Inter team. He was a starter and he
Yeah.
was a crucial player in the Inter team. That doesn't mean he's a football legend
Man said
because he was a
Pandev.
crucial player. Yeah, he was a crucial player in the treble winning team.
We went
Yeah,
down the
Pandev was
list for
crucial.
that.
I honestly don't like. What are you guys saying? That Beckham is just trash? Like that's
by
like,
the way,
that this
what's
guy
my
is just
budget?
he's only famous because of his looks. Because I feel
By
like
the way,
that's a
Abdul,
disservice to
Guys,
talent.
let
His
Abdul
looks
finish.
and
Let
his
Abdul let
wife's
Abdul
looks.
finish. Let Abdul finish.
If
Guys, chill one at a time because if you speak all at the same time, people cannot hear us. So let's speak all at a time. So I think I'm going to go to Muntar, then Sred, and I think Hasman wanted to speak. So Muntar, hit it.
Bro, first of all, like the treble winning team, yeah. Even after treble winning team, this guy was so crucial for United for the titles and for the from the Premier League title chasing when at the time of Arsenal. When Arsenal was winning the titles. Okay. Secondly, bro, he even scored at the time of when Real Madrid was like came to the flipping Old Trafford and like he scored and he scored the brace, I guess, in the quarterfinal against Real Madrid. Then we literally signed him, bro. He helped us to winning, the La Liga in 2007. At that time, David Beckham, like he was 30, 32 years old after the World Cup, 32, something like that. And even though he produced a season for that, can you give me that season? What Pandev did after the treble thing? Pandev did like where was he? Like after the treble winning thing, he like Jose Mourinho used him so smartly and efficiently. I know that, but after that, Pandev was brick. Let's be honest over here.
But Beckham had one good season at Madrid, though. It was '07, and that was like a good half a season. And
No,
look at the gap
bro,
between, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So, bro, his El Clasico performances, bro. Like that, Barcelona was like really good. I mean, chasing us in terms of the title race, and even he scores against Valencia and all those clutch
I don't-
freaking moments gave us La Liga.
He's a United legend. He's a Premier League legend. But football legend is like guys like football legend is like someone like Ronaldinho,
Like Salah.
Henry.
No, I agree. No, wait.
He's a United. He's also an England legend, and he's also a Madrid legend.
Yeah.
Madrid. He's in the Madrid history books.
Whoa, Red, come on, no, Red, come on, bro. Are you telling me that David? Wait. Chill, wait, you guys, chill. Are you telling me that David Beckham is a Real Madrid legend? Is that what you're
He's not
saying?
Hierro. He's not Puskás. He's not Raúl. But he's a legend.
Bro, he's not even as a Real Madrid legend. Then
Giorgio Hagi not a Real Madrid legend.
The fans don't acknowledge him as such.
California is a Real Madrid legend.
How are we gonna call him? Like he won.
Have hope. Have hope. If Beckham is
Bro, for Real Madrid, yeah, people don't rate Redondo as a Real Madrid legend as well. In that case, Redondo was so crucial for us.
Okay, but he won those trophies, but he wasn't instrumental in those victories.
What trophies, bro?
I completely disagree.
He won 2 leagues, and he was practically carried by the team.
He was good in '07. That's it. That's all he did in Madrid.
Okay, look, guys, we're gonna be here for this, and maybe this is a topic that we can maybe continue at another time. But I have my take, and that is my take. And people in the comments, you can say, but I will always hold is that I appreciate what David Beckham did, and I do appreciate his clutch moments because he did have some huge clutch moments. But my lord, I will never, ever, ever call David Beckham a legend or put him in the same category as a Del Piero, a Luis Figo, a Ronaldinho, a Zidane. There's no way in hell I will do that. That is an absolute insult to the true greats of this game, which David Beckham is not and never will be. So, final thing before we sort of round off here, and this is something that I put out as a tweet: the best strikers currently in the world right now.
Can I
and
say?
So I'm just thinking about and this is a ranking, best strikers in the world right now, and this is my ranking, and I had some time to really think about this. So, number 1, Lewandowski. Number 2, I'm going to say Benzema. Number 3, number 3 is tough. Number 3 is tough because number 3, I am deliberating between Aubameyang and Timo Werner. But
What? Bro,
I'm going to
Icardi,
say
bro. Come on.
what?
Bro, Icardi has been better than
Just
flipping.
let him
Wait,
finish.
no.
Let him finish.
For,
Let him finish.
wait. For number 3, I am going to roll with Aubameyang. So those are my 3. So number 1, Lewandowski. 2, Benzema. Number 3, Aubameyang. Icardi has been doing great and everything, but for me, I look at not only goals scored, the team you're playing with. Aubameyang is playing with a bunch of housewives. So to score those amount of goals with a bunch of housewives and stay-at-home moms, that's deep. Okay, so let me get so Abdul, top 3 strikers in the world right now in ranking, first, second, and third.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with you. Like, my only problem with Leo being first is obviously not off ability. I mean, everyone knows how good he is. It's just that, like, literally the last time he had a relevant performance on a big Champions League night was 5, 6 years ago. That's my only problem. Other than that, like,
No.
ability-wise, I don't have any problem with him being first. And then Benzema, in my opinion, yeah, like for me, those are the best 2. After that, I wouldn't put Aubameyang top 3, but I think he does deserve to be top 5. I think my only problem with Aubameyang is just I feel that he has his limitations. Like I don't feel that he's amazing with his back to goal. And I agree with your top 2 for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, before I go to Ahmed, I'm just looking at some people say these things in the comments. I don't have a bias against English players. Let me just
Yeah,
wait. Let me just be clear here. The English media that I know very well love to really overrate a lot of their players, and the English media like to think that English players are the best in the world. And I've already said this before. James Maddison, I believe, is a quality player. And I think that what he's doing for Leicester City is flipping amazing. So there you go. That's a white English player who I think is money. So before I go to Ahmed, super chat here from Lukman Osman. Thank you for the £5 super chat, bro. Who says Michael Owen is the most overrated. He won a Ballon d'Or. Let's leave that because I want to say something about Michael Owen. Let's leave that until we've gone through this run. But I want to say something about Michael Owen because Michael Owen is a dude who doesn't get enough credit, and injury stopped him from being much greater. Ahmed, top 3 strikers in the world right now, currently.
Well, first would have to be Lewandowski for what he's doing for Bayern Munich so far this season. Like the sheer amount of goals that he gets. I think it's 11 league games in a row. He scored in every game I believe this season except the one in the domestic cup. I think that's the only game he hasn't scored in. Second has to be Benzema. Also top goal scorer in La Liga, goals in the UCL, and he brings so much more than just goals. If you watch Real Madrid, you know, especially this season, how Benzema, how he's critical in build-up play and how he drops down to the midfield, and how he does more than just score goals. And I wouldn't say he's third, but I just want to bring some attention to Moreno at Villarreal. He's been good this season. But for third, I would say Jamie Vardy for Leicester City because not only is he the top Premier League goal scorer, he scores when his team needs him, and he plays well too. Besides scoring, just like Benzema, he brings more to the table besides just scoring. Not as much as Benzema, but still brings more to the table, and I think he deserves that third spot for what he's done with Leicester.
Okay, Lance Tamer.
Top
Tammy?
3. Top 3.
Yeah.
Top...
Basically, top 3 in order: first, second, third.
Oh, so number 1, obviously Lewandowski. I mean, come on. Number 2, it's tough.
Tammy?
Probably Immobile. He's actually gone under the radar this season because he plays for
Yep.
Lazio, and nobody cares about Lazio.
Yep. Yeah.
But
No.
he
Hit
scored
it.
He's got 14 and 12. I know he scored some penalties. He's a penalty taker, but that's insane. And number 3, Benzema's done well. Abraham's done really well. But I think it's between Werner or Vardy. And I'm gonna go for Vardy because he plays for Leicester, not a Champions League club, and his conversion rate is 45%. And the second best conversion rate in the Prem is like 25, 26 by Pulisic. So he's got it. He doesn't get very many chances at Leicester. They don't really create a lot of chances for him, and for him to be the top goal scorer in the Prem is pretty insane. So number 3 Vardy. So Lewandowski, Immobile, Vardy so far.
Okay, so actually, before I go to Hazem here, Din Classic. So say Din Classic. You say thank you for ignoring my super chats. Classy. I don't ignore your trust you guys. I don't ignore any super chats unless they are racist or rude. I don't ignore anyone. So Din Classic, tell me the super chats I ignored because I think we responded to your David Beckham super chats and your thing about English players and Beckham. So I made my point clear that David Beckham was a crossing merchant and was overrated and was just a model who was blonde. So that's my thing about the whole thing. So if the super chats I ignored, please let me know because yeah, I don't ignore those. Hazem, top 3 in the world. And Hazem, okay, yeah, I know. Just okay, like actually no, Hazem, don't give me number 1, just give me 2 and 3. Thank you.
All right. Number 2 and 3 is Lewandowski. This guy is the best striker of this generation, and he's just too good.
This guy is the
I'm
most
sorry, he's just
obvious
levels above
guy
everyone
in the
else.
world.
Adam, can I
So
ask you a question?
Yes.
yeah, go ahead.
When was the last time Lewandowski actually had a overall good performance on a big Champions League night against
Speak
Madrid?
on it. Speak on
Barca,
it, baby. Speak on it.
2011.
against
Hazem, don't hide. Hazem,
Again,
don't you dare hide. Don't you dare hide.
again, what do you mean? A big Champions League
I'm
performance?
talking
What you
Madrid,
mean?
Barca,
In the knockout
Liverpool.
phase, especially.
Yeah,
You know what he
Madrid,
means.
Barca, Liverpool,
Knockout phase
PSG.
Champions League. Yo, those
So
Yeah,
Polish, they're
he
awful,
scored in
bro.
he scored in the
Bayern with
semi-final
Bayern.
against Barcelona,
let him talk. Let
semi-final
him talk.
against Atletico Madrid, semi-final
And
against Real Madrid.
and
Yeah,
which one did they win? Which one of those did
No,
they
no,
win
no,
the
that's
game?
not the point. That's not the
Wait,
point.
wait,
No,
wait, cool,
that's
Hazem,
not
wait,
the
let's Hazem
point.
talk. Let's Hazem land. Hazem, please land.
So in the match against Real Madrid 2 seasons ago, he earned 2 penalties that weren't given. So that was a very big performance from him.
he was
And
very
secondly, he
important.
scored in all the semi-finals that he's been in. And
It's not true.
thirdly, you can't just put it on him. He needs the service. He can't. He's been carrying this Bayern team to semifinals. He's been carrying Dortmund to finals. There's a point where you can't. The team needs to help him out.
That's
And
not true because
in recent times, the team
when Heinz
hasn't been giving him the adequate service in the Champions League.
when
But
Heinz
anyways,
came back, he was actually when Heinz came back and Bayern were very strong in the second half of the season. As a Madrid fan, I can say Bayern outplayed us over both legs. He was their worst player. He was the worst Bayern player
that's
in the
not true.
tie.
That's
If
not
he
true.
shows up,
That's not
if he
true.
shows up,
No,
Bayern win that
no,
tie.
you're speaking rubbish, bro. He was literally one of
No,
the
I'm
best
not.
players. What are you
He
talking about?
dominated the
He was the best
entire
player.
game. They
When
dominated us.
When
They
Carvajal
dominated
pushed
us.
him, he was literally causing so many problems to your defense.
You dominated us. The Bayern dominated us both legs. The
I'm,
strength didn't deliver. Like he's the worst player out
yeah,
of the Bayern team.
Lewandowski also dominated you in the penalty box.
Dominated what? He didn't score a single goal in that
He earned
tie.
2 penalties that weren't given. Carvajal when he pushed him and Ramos when he
I
tripped
don't.
him.
From what I
Nah,
remember,
that's
he was very
Of
good. But
course you
anyway,
don't remember.
Nah, there
Anyways,
was no
back to the
penalty
point.
claim for Lewandowski, bro.
if
Sorry,
you
bro.
think Lewandowski is the best in the world, I have no problem with that. But when you think he's by far the best in the world, then we need big performances on big Champions League night.
He had big performances. He scored in every single semi-final that he's been
That
in.
doesn't mean he played
No,
well.
he didn't.
Bro,
That
he scored
in the final
against
in
Barcelona.
Dortmund when they had a
Bro,
penalty,
listen.
he hit behind
scored against
Gundogan.
Barcelona when they were 2-1 down. He scored the equalizer against
And
Atletico Madrid. He
lost.
scored the equalizer
first of all,
And
against
lost.
against Real Madrid. He scored 4 goals in the
And
semi-final.
lost.
that was 6 years ago.
Oh,
Then.
2011.
No,
Yeah.
You
That's
said
a good
he
one.
needs big performances. I'm giving you big
That
performances.
was
You
his
can't give
only
me added
one.
requirements.
That was his only one, and it was what 10
Okay,
years ago.
guys, look. This isn't a flipping Spanish. No, this is not a Polish Inquisition, man. Hazem,
Anyways,
just give us your top 3.
Yeah. Anyways, so he's had many big performances, despite what you want to say about him. I know there's this hate against him because he's just too good,
I like
but
him.
he's by far the best this year, especially this year, and the best striker in this generation. There's no striker who's done in the Champions League by
He
themselves.
never
what
won a
he's done.
champion.
And
Yeah.
second, so Lewandowski is second and third because there's no first.
Okay, thank you. Liverpool for everybody. Give us your top 3 strikers currently.
Yeah, Mobley, Werner, and Tammy Abraham.
Ooh, all right. That's fair. All right, Mane, yours.
Just based on form, because I can't hate on him. Numbers and numbers. Lewandowski. Second, it has to be Vardy. Third, of course, it's got to be my boy Harry Kane. He can't go lower than third.
Money,
Usually he's the best striker in
don't.
the world, but because of injuries, whatever, we'll just give it to him. Third is the worst he can get. And a special shout out to Tammy Abraham and Marcus Rashford, the future of football.
Wait. So, Mane, you're putting Harry Kane ahead of Lewandowski.
I want to know.
No, sorry. Mane, you're putting Harry Kane ahead of Benzema?
What are you smoking?
Yes. Harry Kane is always better than Benzema, even if he's injured. I would take Harry Kane any day of the numbers say
Don't
otherwise.
disrespect the big
Okay,
man.
thank you.
Don't disrespect the big
Okay, thank you. Okay, Rahimski, top three.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Sure, you guys. Rahimski,
Top three. I think at third I would have to put Icardi. I know like we don't like PSG's a meme and we don't like give a shit about PSG and shit, but
Thank you. Bro.
like what Icardi's doing right now in the league is he's basically doing what everything Cavani was unable to do. He was finishing a lot of the chances that the team was creating. So I think you have to give him a good shot right now on form. Number two, I would say this one's tough. It was hard to put this guy above Icardi, but I would say on form right now, you have to give it to Vardy. Like the guy's just finishing a lot of the chances, and he's getting a lot of chances as well, to be fair. And Didi, that guy creates so many chances for him, as well as Tillemans, and the team works well for him. He's also a good partner with Iosi Perez. I like that partnership. Number one, on form right now, it's obviously Lewandowski. I mean, the guy's a one-man team, so how can he not be number one?
Thank you.
But yeah.
Okay.
Do you now admit he is better than
Red.
this season?
Red.
Number one, Lewandowski, obviously. Like, you can't. He's doing his job and he's with perfection. Number two, Benzema. Unbelievable. Most headers, I believe, in Europe. It's pretty much scoring bases on a weekly basis right now. No surprise. And number three, Big Rom. You guys are all disrespectful. Easily,
I knew you'd go there. I knew you'd go.
HH, because it's obvious. Because it's facts. He scored 9 league goals. He scored in every away game. Every single away game.
Red. What did Lukaku do against Juventus? What did Lukaku do against Juventus?
In his first Milan derby, scored in it. I want to know. I want to know, guys. Why isn't Lukaku a good shout? Icardi has 5 league goals.
Immobile has more than Lukaku. 14.
It's more than Lukaku, but this is Lukaku's first season at Inter. This is a player that everybody wrote him off in United. Everybody wrote him off in England. He went to Inter, a new challenge, and he's in his first season in Italy. He scored 9 goals thus far. Like, how is that not impressive?
Okay.
Who hasn't been the best?
Okay, that's fair. Or okay. Salim, give us your top 3.
Icardi's better off the ball, by the way, but yeah.
My top 3 is Lewandowski, number one.
Thank you.
Hands down, the best striker in the world right
Thank
now.
you.
No one even come close. Second is Vardy. Red, you got your wish, man. I was debating between Lukaku or Timo Werner, but I'm gonna go with Lukaku as of right now. I mean, Lukaku's doing amazing.
Wait, Salim, are you in Baghdad? You sound very, very low. You sound like you're in. I'm just because you sound different. Are you in Baghdad, or did you go to Baghdad mid street?
No, my headphone was messed up. Sorry.
Okay, go for it.
Number one, Lewandowski. I'm gonna go with Vardy. Vardy is incredible, and something to ease everybody about Vardy. Since Rodgers took over Leicester, he has more goals than everybody in the league. 21 goals since March of last year. He scored more than everybody. I mean, people need to respect Vardy. I mean, Rodgers is getting the best out of him that I've seen any manager get out of him since that Leicester manager before. I'm gonna go with Lukaku. Lukaku is playing incredible this season. I'll be honest with you, even though his touch is horrible and everything, but he's really playing good.
Shout out to Haaland as well.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, he is for Belgium.
Haaland is unreal. He's been scoring constantly.
But he's come on.
Wait. So Salim, tell me so what are your top 3? Your top 3.
My number one is Lewandowski, 2 Vardy, and third is Lukaku.
Okay,
Haaland.
Muntaha, round us off, Muntaha.
I didn't even say mines. I mean, come on.
Milko, just shut the Muntaha,
Yeah,
go.
bro.
You can't talk if you fail a drug test,
Of
bro.
course. Number one is we know all that. Like his Polish nuke, bro. Like flipping
Thank you.
28 goals this season, something like that. 26, 28 in all competition this season. Yeah, 19, 20.
Yeah.
Wow, why not? I think so. He's going to reach 70, 80 goals this season, something like that. If he keeps on going like that. Second for me, Karim Benzema, and the reason for that, bro, not just goals, 6 assists by the way this season. So and like the striker only in Europe, like his link up play and everything is like excellent. Ball control, excellent dribbling. I think the best dribbling striker right now. Name me a better striker. Might be Haaland, but like in terms of dribbling and like playing in tight spaces, I don't think so. He's that better. I'm talking about outside of the box here. Third, it's tough for me. It's between Icardi and Jamie Vardy, but I think so. I'll go with Icardi. The reason is that because he scored, winning goal yesterday, okay, for Paris, and Cavani was like breaking that game. So definitely Icardi for me, is top three. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
by the way.
so wait. Okay. Milko, tell us your list. And also, Milko, if you give a stupid list, I'll get out this bloody hangout. So give us a real list. Give us your list and then round us off.
All right. So I'm very shocked a lot of people haven't even mentioned him because I think he's been one of the most underrated players this whole season. Lautaro Martinez. I think he has to be number one.
Yes, I was just about to mention him. I was just no,
Because,
but
I
wait.
thought,
See, because my question is, my question is this: do we count Lautaro Martinez as a out and out striker or is a potent striker?
No,
I think
center
he's
forward,
only
mostly
good.
center
He's
forward,
he-
center forward,
Lukaku's in-
or like second striker might be or shadow striker, not
second
not as
striker,
not as a like main striker or
main
like this
striker.
one guy. No, I don't think so. He's that good. I mean in terms of one striker, like traditional striker, but he's more of a center forward. Drags the opponent out of the box and all those things. So he can play number 10 as well. So that's
No,
why I
that's
didn't
what he
consider
does.
him.
He's almost
Yeah,
like a false nine. He drops deep, and then he links
yeah,
up with Lukaku. It's
yeah.
always like they pass Lukaku with a one-touch pass back to Lautaro Martinez to let him continue his run.
Martinez, yeah.
And typically that's
Yeah.
how they break through, as a front two, those two.
Yep.
So like they're only good because of each other. Because if actually it's interesting, their numbers are interesting. Lukaku has 9 goals, 0 assists. Lautaro Martinez has 8 goals, 1 assist. So pretty much
Yeah.
they're both bringing out the
Changing.
same output. I just wanted to name
Okay.
3, so I picked Lukaku.
Okay, so Milko, give us your three. Give us your three.
Top three.
Okay. Number 2, I'm gonna pick Benzema.
What? Lautaro above Lewandowski?
I'm sorry, I don't rate Lewandowski, man. I want to see him doing the knockout stage. He has to show me in that knockout
My
stage.
nigga.
before I-
What did Lautaro do in knockout stage?
No, bro. Lautaro scored in Camp Nou, bro. You know how big that like.
Wait,
I
Milko, give us your three. Milko, give us your three.
I never thought.
Lewandowski scored in Camp Nou in the semi-final, CL semi-final.
Wait, Milko, give us your three. Milko, give us your flipping three.
So Lautaro
No.
Martinez.
Lewandowski never scored on Camp Nou on semi-final, bro. No,
Yeah,
it
he
was
never
3-0
did.
clear. No, first leg, because you said Camp Nou.
Wait, guys.
dude
Wait,
finish,
guys.
man.
Milko,
God
just give us your three.
Shut up.
Milko, give us your
Okay.
three, please.
Number 1, Lautaro Martinez. Number 2, Benzema. And number 3, this is a really, really good one. But you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Holland. Yeah, Holland.
GMO.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Actually, so last one before we go here. So this is just a super chat. So this is final super chat before we write.
H, you have Christ muted.
Oh, okay. All right. Just bear with me. Let me. Okay.
Congratulations, Lewandowski, having a child, man. His second child. Congrats.
Hazem, this isn't a female talk show. Okay, this is a football talk show. This isn't daytime TV. This isn't the Kardashians. I'm sorry. Christ, give us your top 3 strikers as of right now. 1, 2, and 3.
For me, it's Lewandowski, Benzema, and underrated shout that no one says, Higuain, man. Like, Higuain has been insane this season. Higuain has been, like, spectacular this year. He's carried our attack because, like, Ronaldo hasn't had a great season, to be honest. And even today, like every game that this guy plays, he's involved, bro. Like he's his link up play, his goal scoring, just as an overall player, I think he's been top 3.
Goal
The
scoring.
reason,
That's right.
yeah, no, bro. If you actually watch Juventus games, bro, he's always involved. He's always
Okay,
involved.
okay, that's fair. Okay, so let me just last super chat and then we then round off. So from Nippon Sharma, £2 super chat. Thank you, bro, for the super chat. Nippon Sharma. He says, "Where do you rate Alan Shearer among legends?" Now, let me say my piece and then I'll obviously give you guys a chance to talk. For me, Alan Shearer was just. It was unfortunate that Alan Shearer was in an England team that wasn't that great. As far as pure, out and out strikers, in terms of just striking the flipping ball, Alan Shearer is one of the greatest strikers of all time. You know, because you see, you have like your false nines, you have your ball playing strikers, you have your forwards and everything. As far as just a cold blooded, similar to Batistuta, as far as a guy who, like, I cannot think of a player who was better at volleying the ball or better at half volleys than Alan Shearer. Some of the goals that this guy scored and the quality of this guy's penalties are some, like, you cannot name me many players who could strike the ball more cleanly and more purely than Alan Shearer. So if Shearer was basically put Shearer in some of those Germany teams or those Italy teams, he has a World Cup. He has a World Cup. Put him in a better international team, he has a World Cup and a continental trophy. I mean, guys, so where do you rank Shearer?
He has the Champions League.
So where do you guys rank Shearer? Amongst the best strikers in the world, or overrated, underrated?
I would say
He's a legend, HH.
he's rated as.
Okay, wait. Okay. I'm gonna go to Lan Tamer, then I'll go to go red. Lan Tamer.
Yeah, he's a rich man's Jamie Vardy, and that's high praise because Jamie Vardy he's a legendary Premier League striker now when all is said and done. So he's one of the most emphatic finishers I've ever seen. And the fact that he actually won the Prem with Blackburn Rovers, which is crazy.
Insane.
It's just a big what if. What if he joined Man United, or what if he joined Liverpool? He never played for. No disrespect to Newcastle, he never played for a big club. Blackburn, Newcastle, I think Southampton. But with England, he did what he could. He did really well. His goal scoring record is very impressive. And for all those kids that think Harry Kane is like the best striker that England have ever had, he can blaze Shearer's boots.
No way. Harry Kane can't look Alan Shearer in the face. Harry Kane can't look Alan Shearer.
So yeah, he's probably England's best ever striker. I don't know about like those old ass strikers, when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, but as far as English strikers goes, he's probably the best one that ever played the game.
Oh no, actually, and also this was a callback to a previous super chat that was mentioned, and this was about Michael Owen. Michael Owen. Now, do you know? Because we've had the discussion before, and maybe this is even in relation to Lewandowski. Clutch. The very definition of clutch was Michael Owen. Almost every single big game, this guy showed up. This guy scored in almost every single big game. So when we're talking about great strikers, for me, it's between either Michael Owen or Alan Shearer. Those for me are England's two greatest ever strikers who never shied away from the big time and from the big thing. Guys, it's been swell. It's been good, man. It's been lovely. Remember to like the vid, share the vid,
no Juventus stuff?
Subscribe. Look, just chill. Like the vid. Oh, let me just say this right now, before we leave. Paulo Dybala needs to be respected.
Yes.
He needs to be respected.
Yes.
I think that the way in which he's been treated by Juventus has been very, very disrespectful. And I feel that Dybala is reminding people that he is.
Next time Dybala is in 6 months when he decides to show up again, because he's gonna ghost for the next 6 months. That's it. That's Dybala's quota for the year. See you guys next time. Bye.
Okay, look, we'll see. Okay, guys, look, I'm out. Peace out. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.